Hi, welcome to Fratello InnoTech, your ultimate destination for learning latest technologies.
Hello everyone. So welcome back. In this video today we are going to understand four major API architectures: REST and SOAP and GraphQL and gRPC. These are the four API architectures: Representational State Transfer and Simple Object Access Protocol and Graph Query Language and Google Remote Procedure Call. And we'll discuss that how they are used in real life applications. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to explain about that one by one. So here coming to the representational state transfer, it is a client. So here look at the picture. Client sends a request and request goes to the server. So server interact with the database, and based on the method get or whatever we are using the methods get, post, put and delete action is performed. So here in this message look at the image. So in this image, we can see that the main HTTP methods used in REST APIs. First one is the get. So get method is used to retrieve the data from the server. So for example, getting the user details like that. So next post is used to create the new data, like adding a new user to the database. And coming to the put here, so put is used to update existing data, for example updating user information. So finally delete. So delete is used to remove the data from the system. So all these requests are sent from the client to the server, and the server interact with the database to perform these operations. So these four methods are the foundation of REST API communication. So this is all about REST, representational state transfer. And coming to the SOAP, simple object access protocol. So here SOAP is a protocol used for the communication between the application. It sends the data in structured XML format, and it follows the strict rules. So here see that look at the image. So client sends the request, and the request is created in the SOAP format called envelope, so which contains header and body. So you can see the syntax here: header and body. And this SOAP request is sent to the SOAP server. So and the server processes the request and prepares a response. So the response is also SOAP format and with an envelope and header and body. Finally, response is sent back to the client. So SOAP uses a structured XML format which makes communication secure and standardized. So coming to the GraphQL, graph query language. So it uses a single endpoint to access all data. So it returns only the data you request and nothing extra. It allows flexible queries based on the user needs. So look at the image here. This image explains how GraphQL API works. So here see that first client sends the query request here. So client sends the query request, and client asks only for the data it needs. So next all requests go to the single endpoint called GraphQL. So then GraphQL process the query and collects the data from different databases like users and posts and comments. So after that server prepares the response, so with only requested data. So finally response is sent back to the client in structured JSON format. This is the response. So GraphQL helps to get exact data, reduces the unnecessary data transfer, and provides flexible queries. So it reduces that. So this is all about GraphQL, graph query language. So coming to the Google Remote Procedure Call. So this is the one of the architecture of API. So see that. So look at the image. So image explains graph remote procedure call architecture. First client send the request. So client send the request, and request goes through something called client club, so which acts like a helper to communicate with the server. So in the middle, so we have server definitions, so which define what services and methods are available. Then request reaches the server stub. So server stuff which process it on server side. So Google Remote Procedure Call uses the protocol buffers, also called as protobuf. So see this to convert data into fast and compact binary format. So finally, the server sends the response back to the client through the same process. So Google Remote Procedure Call is fast and efficient and mainly used for high performance communication between services. So these are all about types of architectures of API. So thank you.
Thank you for watching the video. Please like the video and subscribe the channel for live updates. Please visit www.fratelloinitech.com for more courses.